Good morning, everyone. Most Honorable Sri Bandara Dattatreya, right from my childhood, I have known him from Karimnagar. He stays in Hyderabad. I stay in Karimnagar, just about 150 kilometers away. And I have been following his checkered political career. Now they execute this governance career. Welcome, sir. Anandji, Kulbhushanji, all friends on the stage, all beloved NISA members, executives, correspondents, most beloved participants. Amit has given me 2 minutes of time on a topic that has been very, very hotly discussed, debated across the country. What happened to children, school children, especially in government schools, what we call public schools, and private schools, mostly budget private schools, where students are 100, 200, 300 with lesser fees. What happened to them during this COVID pandemic? So when Mr. Kulbhushanji told me about this project, we all went into it, the NISA Secretariat, all the school state leaders of NISA and respective state leaders. We all came together, we formed into a beautiful unit, and then we actually wanted to go for 5,000 samples as to find out and assess what is the learning loss or gaps in the children in rural areas, in semi-urban areas, and in urban areas. And of course, international schools also. The sample included international schools. And we did one thing, we developed a tool of a questionnaire where we asked the children to present their views about certain things, what they think of education, the learning, the schools, the teachers, the method of teaching, and whether gadgets were available, whether they were able to present, the school was providing online education or not. All such questions were asked in a questionnaire, in addition to certain questions on psychic education, about relations, and other holistic perspectives. That is part one. Part two is we developed questionnaires in mother tongue, in Punjabi, in Haryan, and the Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, all the Northeast, etc. And mother tongue, English and mathematics. We did survey the reading abilities in mother tongue, writing abilities and comprehension, to what extent can they understand. And again English, and of course mathematics also, we have done that. So that there was a rural sample, there was semi-urban sample, there was urban sample, there were also international schools. All the schools we have taken, totally we did conduct 1,502 samples across the country, including the Northeast. And if, whoever have, it was like a mission. And really, the educators helped us like anything. Otherwise, for NISA, without 1 rupee expenditure, because such kind of normally researchers require a couple of lakhs and crores of rupees to conduct that kind of research. But with without 1 rupee expenditure, NISA could do this 1,502 sampling. I think it's a really big success in case of NISA. So having said that, out of 1,502, we had rural samples, semi-urban and urban samples. So I'll give you quickly what is the outcome. The report says that 40 to 45% of difficulty level in mathematics was reported across the rural, semi-urban and urban. 40 to 45% of the children were either below 1 class level or below 2 classes level. If the child is studying grade 5, the children of aggregating 40 to 45% across the country were at 3rd class level or 4th class level. So there was a loss of 1 to 2 class level of knowledge in mathematics. whether it's be urban or semi-urban, rural, with little bit of difference. And when it comes to mother tongue, semi-urban and urban children have more difficulties with mother tongue compared to rural children. Whereas when it comes to English, the international school children are doing far better. Percentages and all are there, so I don't want to take much time. And then followed by semi-urban, but whereas rural children are a little bit struggling. This is one side of the story. Net to net, there is a huge learning loss in the country during the pandemic, especially with mathematics, then mother tongue, and also English. And when it comes to understanding, normally they say reading, writing, but we also went into understanding. When we went into understanding, similar challenges were experienced to the tune of 24 to 28% across the country. So this is one area. In addition to cognitive assessment, we went into other areas. What about the psychic literacy of the children? What about the emotional literacy of the children? And 24% of, last minute, yes, 24% to 25% of the children reported that they had problems at home during the pandemic. So they have certain emotional challenges, they have certain psychic challenges, they also developed physical challenges because they never went into the ground for sports, for sports or other things. So net to net children were staying at home, and again, they say that online classes, they wanted improvement in online class teaching. It is a big reminder for all of us that how we can reinvent pedagogy when the children have already reported to the schools, how we can take the schools to the next level where children can connect. So one of the important reasons why children's performance went down is because that the teacher was not able to reach the child through activity-based method, and that is one of the reasons why children were not finding it much of interest in engaging themselves in online classes. So to me, I think personally, it's a big experience for me that we went through this analysis of data, but NISA has a duty to perform. All schools have a duty to perform to ensure that these children are again back in the school now. They should be given all the best possible help. We have given n number of recommendations to overcome this kind of learning loss and gaps, and I hope they all will go through these recommendations and make some kind of a bridge courses and other things so that the children will come back to the mainstream learning. Thank you very much, and God bless all our school children, and we all